and welcome. How are we all feeling today? We all know that self-esteem is an integral part of being a happy human being with a good view of yourself, and you just feel good in yourself when you have a good self-esteem. But what we don't always realize is that self-esteem will affect your self-image, which is how you view yourself and how you describe yourself. Self-esteem is not always concrete because it is very dependent upon how we feel about ourselves, and that can change on different days. If we have a bad day, or we did something wrong, or we hurt someone, we're going to feel bad about ourselves. So it's important to have that concrete sense of self, that you feel good about yourself and how you look no matter what. And if you don't, realize where your faults lie and where you can make changes, because self-esteem is the first step to having a good self-concept and being able to describe yourself in a very positive way. And what we see within ourselves is how we feel, and how we feel within ourselves will determine how we see ourselves. It all has to do with the associations that you make with the emotions and the feelings towards yourself, and how you grew up, how you respond to certain situations, and the constant thought of, why am I like this? And it's so important that we create the sense of self that is strong and unwavering no matter what happens in our lives. It's important that we stay strong within ourselves and we are confident even when life is difficult, because you can't base how you feel about yourself on life circumstances and how life works out for you. How you feel about yourself will never be a constant unless you have a good self-concept and a good understanding of yourself. It will always change, no matter what. If you have a very low self-esteem, then your feelings towards yourself will constantly change, and you won't have a concrete sense of self. It's about having a very important self-concept, and self-concept comes from having a high self-esteem. So when you have a good self-concept, you have a good understanding of yourself, you can describe yourself, you have that self-awareness and the ability to do self-introspection and to really get to the root of what's causing you to feel bad about yourself. Because usually the reason why we have a low self-esteem is because we go through a lot of abuse in our lives. We are bullied, we are put down, people make us think that we are worth nothing. And the sad part of that is that we accept that as truths, as a description of us, rather than someone else's opinion. So it's important that you create a really strong description of yourself, that you are able to describe yourself despite your faults in a positive way. Because we need to realize we are not perfect and we will always make mistakes. But how you feel about yourself and how you view yourself should never ever change. And if you have a very distorted view on yourself, you may struggle with identity issues because you are not able to fully identify who you are as a person. Identity is such an important part of developing self-esteem, because identity is who you are, how you resonate with yourself, how you understand the world as well. So if you have a very distorted self-esteem, then you will struggle with identity issues. You will struggle with the thought of, where do I belong in this world? And next, self-esteem issues can cause body dysmorphia, which is no matter how you view yourself, no matter what changes you make, you will always see yourself in a negative light. And body dysmorphia is extremely dangerous, because no matter what you do, no matter what effort you go through, you will never be happy with yourself. So it's important to get it at the root before it develops into something worse like body dysmorphia. remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that beautiful person. Please feel free to leave a topic in the comments section and I'll make a video discussing it. Stay strong wherever you're from. See you next time.